Typical warm, dry San Diego summer weather is back, and that means a severe increase in the danger of big fires across the county. The question is, can we avoid the firestorms of 2003 and 2007? KUSI's John Soderman is live at Fire Station 28 in Kearney Mesa with this special report. John?
Well, Heather, you mentioned the weather, and many people in this country are envious of us because many people say we have perhaps the best climate in the world. But there's one thing they're not envious of, the fact that we have two things: earthquakes and huge wildfires. With two major wildfires under our belts of the last 7 years, some county residents may be thinking we've already paid our dues for living in such a fire-prone area. It couldn't happen again. Too much of the county has already burned. What's your response to people who say, you know, we've had two huge fires in the last decade, it can't happen again?
We've heard that many times, but unfortunately those areas that have burned in the past, the grass and the brush has already regrown. In many places you would never know a fire has even grown through that area. Firefighters say although we had a substantial rainfall season, that brush has dried out and could be more flammable than ever, something called flashy fuel, which is exactly what happened here on Dictionary Hill in Spring Valley when a homeowner accidentally sparked a brush fire while clearing brush from his property. Chief, your forecast for the remainder of the fire season going into the fall? Well, as the weather becomes hotter and drier, we're going to see an increased number of fires throughout San Diego County. With that being said, we have a large grass crop because of the moisture throughout the winter time, so we could see a substantial number of fires this year. And then there's this. There is a swath of 179,000 acres of super dry vegetation stretching from Mount Laguna to Spring Valley, which hasn't burned in many decades, which means it's ready to explode into flames. Augie Gio is the president of the San Diego County Fire Chiefs Association.
We're very concerned about that, John. We have about 170,000 unburned old fuel acres that go basically from Mount Laguna all the way into the Spring Valley area. And the big concern is that as we've had population density go into that rural area, the challenge to the fire service is how do you protect it?
And to protect it involves what these homeowners near Mount Miguel are doing. We're at the base of Mount Miguel. You can actually see the TV towers there, but as we pan the camera down, look what this homeowner's done. This person has cleared at least 100 feet of what's called defensible space, which means if a fire comes up to the property line, it's not going to be able to jump and catch the house on fire. You can even see here where the neighbors have collected all this brush that they've cleared away from their house. But listen to this. In the San Miguel Fire District, many people are basically ratting on each other, calling the fire department saying, look, I've cleared my property, but my neighbor hasn't. In fact, 2 years ago, or compared to 2 years ago, complaints up 300%. Other brush clearing efforts include the use of goats put to work by Crest residents who lost so many of their homes in the Witch Creek fire. Firefighters say the trend seems to be that fire-ravaged communities are doing the best job of repeating history. Now, CAL FIRE has established a special website that can really give you a really good idea of how to protect your home. It's readyforwildfire.org. Once again, it's readyforwildfire.org, and it's relatively new. Coming live from Kearney Mesa, John Soderman, KUSI News.
And John, do you know what is the status of those super scoopers, those massive aircraft that were so helpful in years past?
Yeah, Heather, that's a good point. They really saved the day when they were here. It cost the county $3 million for them, but they're not going to be in action this year because of budgetary constraints, but they're very good at stopping fires that have just begun to break out and preventing them from becoming big wildfires.
Yeah, I remember watching how dramatic and how effective they were in years past. Let's hope we don't need them. Thank you very much, John.
You bet.